Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to Rate Your Pain 1 to 10. If you feel at all like I do this year, then this holiday season came fast and just snuck up on us before we knew it. So I'm sure there's lots of us out there that found ourselves still needing to get lots of gifts, or maybe just a few. Either way, I decided to make a holiday gift guide this year that is a little different than the rest. This is a last-minute holiday gift guide, and not only that, but this is a last-minute holiday gift guide for disabled people. If you have a loved one or a friend that's disabled and you're not too sure what to get them, or maybe you want to get them something that might help their life a little bit, make it a little easier, then here's a gift guide for you. Now I know there's some of you out there probably saying,
"But Jack, I could have used this earlier."
that is true, but this holiday season snuck up on me too pretty fast. Besides, it wouldn't be a very good last-minute holiday gift guide if it weren't last minute, right? This is kind of a short list, and it's just my own personal opinion of items I think are great to have as someone who's disabled. So I do own a lot of the items on this list. I'm a huge Amazon shopper. It's kind of embarrassing when I saw the number of items I purchased this past year. But to make it easy for you guys too, all the links will be provided down in the description, at least for all the links that I can provide. And Amazon's great this time of year because they provide 2-day shipping. And by the way, I'm not getting sponsored by them in no way. I did just join their affiliate marketing, so if you do purchase anything off this list on the links below, I do get a small percentage of it, but I honestly don't know what that percentage is yet because I just signed up for it. But like I said, these are items I personally own, so it's not like I'm just making up a list here. Also, any of the items on this list that I don't own are on this list because I would like to own them and probably will at some point or another. Alright, let's get started here. So our first one on the list is a custom engraved ID medical bracelet. Now, I think these are important for anyone with a chronic illness to have because you never know what's going to happen in life. The first responders who come to help you, hopefully you'll have a bracelet or some type of ID tag to alert them of your condition. And a lot of people with CRPS, they can't be touched in their affected extremity. So that would be an important thing to have on a tag in case someone finds you passed out or unconscious. So with this ID tag that I found that I like, it's a silicone band that's adjustable, kind of like a watch, so it could fit any size. And the first one on the list here I like is because it has 5 lines, so you can add a lot of information on that one, such as allergies, or as I mentioned, do not touch, left hand, or emergency contacts, things like that. So this one's for $34.99, and if that's a little pricey, there's a more affordable version, and this one is $12.99. And you can have up to 3 lines of writing, so you could still fit a good amount of info on there. So that one is more affordable, and it's got the similar wristwatch adjustable band. This is one that I will be getting in the future because I feel it's just important. Next item on the list here is a TENS unit. It's something that I do own, and the one I have here is by Santa Medical. Santa. Anyway, yeah, it's something that we use at physical therapy, and we may think they're expensive, but they're really not that bad. Now, granted, the ones I use in physical therapy are a different type of wave, I believe, and they are more expensive. These are an at-home unit, so it may not be as great, but I still find them very effective. And with this kit here, it comes with 4 pads. However, the one I have provided in the link actually comes with 20 pads. So, this one set has lasted me a long time, probably longer than it should, but 20 pads will take you a long way, and I wish I had that offer when I bought it. But this is $25.99. Sorry if I can get out of the box here. Of course, it's got to be hard, right? So this one, you can run all 4 pads at once, which is great because you can do 2 extremities at one time, or you can hit more areas on one extremity at one time. And it's got massage, beat, or need. You could change the speeds. You could change where it's at, waist, shoulder, joints, hand and foot, sole, and repeat mode. I'm not sure exactly what that one does, but it's very simple to turn on, and you can see it's got the wheel. Sorry for the glare, but It's got the wheel to change its level of intensity, while you could change the speed down here. So I've had this for a while. I think it's great. It also comes with a little manual, and it tells you the different areas to apply the pads so that you are hitting the right spot and not just going anywhere. Because if you try that, you might not get such great effects from it or anything useful. Now I also have a link provided for what looks like the newer model, and it's a hard choice between this one because you get the 20 pads or the newer model, which is only I think $4 more, $29.99. And that one, what's cool about it is that you can run up to 8 pads at once instead of the 4. That is very enticing to me. So that one, I think I would probably go for that one, even though it's got less pads, because it's got a lot more features and options, and I would like to be able to hit 8 areas at once, or well, technically, I guess it would be like 4 areas, 8 pads all at once. That's a great option. So you got a couple options there. Next item on the list is something I do not have, but I absolutely want. They are heat trapping thermal socks by DG Hill. Now, this is something that I've mentioned before. Come wintertime, us who have CRPS or RSD, temperature can just really bring us down. It can really make us flare up, and keeping that temperature right is important. So if your CRPS is in your feet or legs, warm socks are a must. You have to have them. And these look like they'll get the job done. They look warm. I mean, the word heat trapping alone to me just sounds great. Keep my feet warm, please. So I do have a link for both adults, men and women, for $19.99, and then there's another link for children as well, and that's $16.99 for a set. I believe each set comes with 2 pairs, but double check on that before you purchase. Moving along here. The next one we have is one I got for Christmas last year from my wife, and this thing is absolutely amazing. It's something that I was kind of joking about, and I thought I had this crazy invention that would just be great, which has happened more than once in my life. But this is something that, as soon as I thought about it, we went looking online, and sure enough, they had one. And it is a heated knee brace. But not only is it heated, it's also massaging. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't use the massaging part because it's more annoying than it is useful. It's just vibration massaging. It's not like the motorized rollers like some of the back massaging chairs. It's not like that. It's just some vibration pieces in there that are really loud, and honestly they're kind of obnoxious, but the heat is great. I love the heat because it gets hot, and it almost gets so hot that you kind of like start to be like, whoa, this is too much. But it stops right at that point. It's like it literally gets to the perfect level of heat. And what's great about it is it has a timer. So this one is the Victor Jurgen. I am sure I'm not pronouncing that right because it looks like it's I don't know, Swedish or something like that. But let me show it to you here. So this is it. Sorry if there's like cat hair and dog hair on it, but I live with a cat and a dog, and that's what happens. In fact, here's my little baby kitty. So you could see here, sorry for the light glaring again. Okay, I think that's about as good as we're going to get it, guys. So the top one is the massage button. The middle one is the heat, and then the bottom one is the timer. So if you press that, can you hear how loud that is? Some of you may like it. I don't know. It's just to each their own, I don't know if you're able to hear me over that thing. Then we got the heat, and what's cool is I'm sure with the heat and the massage, the timer works for both. But like I said, I only use it for the heat, and so I'm sure it says in the manual how long each one is. I'm not sure. But, I go to bed, I put it on, and I set the timer because I don't want it on all night. And I'm sure that it has an auto off type of deal as well, where if it's on too long and you didn't set the timer, that it'll turn off on its own. It comes with a charger. And let's see if it says So the timer, it says, is for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and 5 minutes. So each light represents 5-minute increment. So that is a really great purchase for those of you who live in cold places and you want a knee brace that'll keep your knee warm as well. You know, I have osteoarthritis as well, and I have metal rods and plates in my knee. So when it gets cold, my knees get cold through and through, all the way into the middle of the bone because of the rods and all that. So having a warming knee brace, oh man, that's a savior right there, I'm telling you. That thing saved me many times. So check that one out. That knee brace on Amazon is $39.99. So, you know, maybe a little bit more of a pricey knee brace. I'm putting the link for this one because this is the one I personally own. But feel free to go, you know, search, see if there's a cheaper model maybe. I just can't speak on those because I haven't tried them. But I do know this one works great. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me about them in the comments. Okay, so this next item on the list is going to be the most expensive one. I had a hard time purchasing this one myself because of its price, but I had someone tell me something that really made me feel okay with it and feel it was justified. You know, like I've mentioned, when you're disabled, sometimes you don't have a lot of money because you're living off of disability income. And as a lot of you know, I walk with the cane. I've always used a really cheap, ugly cane that's just hideous, but it works, and you know, I always felt that's what's important. And I was sitting around a bonfire one night talking with some friends, and they were like joking around saying, "Man, you need to get yourself a really sick pimp cane, you know?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't need an expensive cane. Like, I have to live with this the rest of my life. Why would I waste money on something like that, you know?" And then they said, like, yeah, that's the point, though. You have to live with it the rest of your life. So why not have something that fits you and that you really like and can, you know, appreciate and rock it with pride when you're walking around, right? So that kind of clicked in my head. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. And I have seen some really awesome canes out there that I really was interested in. And so I was looking on Amazon and eBay. Like I said, I'm a big Amazon shopper. And I found this collective of artists. They're from the Ukraine. And, you know, they do it old school, old world style, hand carved canes. And I fell in love with, you know, this one instantly. As you guys know, I like skulls and things like that. So I found this cane on there, which, you know, was just, it was an example. I already nicked it. I can't believe I did that. But this was, you know, an example of a cane that they sell. And so the only one he had available was a right-handed cane, and it was for a female hand, so smaller handle. So I asked him if he can make me a custom one for a man's size hand, right? For left hand. He was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Just give me some time to make it. Come 6 weeks later, I had the best cane ever. I mean, I just love this thing. Once more, look at that. Look at that craftsmanship in there. Is that not beautiful? I mean, I just fell in love and still am. This is pricey, like I mentioned. The price is $159. Now he doesn't. I say he because I've been corresponding with Igor. That's the artist I've been working with. But they make all kinds of canes. They don't just do skulls. They make bears and other animals, other whatever. I mean, I'm sure if you talk to them and came up with an idea, they can make a custom one for you. And it's just going to be a little expensive, but when you think about it and it's the rest of your life you have to use it, it's not that bad. And it's something you can be proud of. And everywhere I go, people are staring at it or they ask me where I got it, you know. So it kind of makes me feel good when you're not feeling so great. You know what I mean? So sometimes we need those things. And check them out. GC Artis, that's their name. Like I said, I'll provide the link below. So check it out. All right, so that was my top 5 ideas for last minute holiday gifts. But I want to just give some general ideas too, not such specific ideas. But when we're disabled, we have a lot of time on our hands, and a lot of that time may be painful or just we can't do anything, right? Like, even you may think, well, find a hobby. It's hard to find a hobby when you have to be in bed. So, for those of us who spend a lot of time in bed or maybe just sitting on the couch or spent at home, we need time killers. And we need time killers that aren't so extravagant or cost a lot of money or where we have to go somewhere to do it or meet up with people. We just want a simple little time killer that, can help get our mind off of things. So, some of those things are audiobooks or books in general, ebooks maybe if they want to read on their Kindle or tablet or phone. There's models even. I still love to build model cars, model airplanes. Puzzles are great. I'm a big video gamer, so if the person's into video games, if finding them a new game is always great. Another thing that I like to do and my wife likes to do, we're both artists, so adult coloring books can be a lot of fun, and you can get some really cool markers and colored pencils now that just come out very vibrant. So that's another idea. Something else you could do is gift cards. Gift cards are always great, and gift cards to iTunes or Audible where they could buy music because we spend a lot of time listening to music. Sometimes we are in so much pain, like I said, where we have to lay in bed to try to like just get our mind off of everything and tune the world out. So a lot of us will put our headphones on or put music on and we'll lay in bed and just try to shut the world out. So iTunes or whatever they may be into, Spotify, there's lots of different music companies out there, music apps. I mentioned audiobooks because, again, sometimes we're in so much pain, we can't focus on reading or, maybe you have a migraine. And my last little tidbit of advice or ideas for last minute holiday gifts, it may be controversial for some, but CBD products. I believe it's pretty much legal across all 50 states, and it's very helpful if you know how to use it and if you find the right company that produces proper product, not just bogus whatever oil. There's some companies out there that are actually just selling grapeseed oil or, bogus products. So make sure you get it from a reputable company. And there are lots of great products nowadays you can get out there, though, that contain CBD, such as lotions, salves, balms. They even sell capsules if you aren't comfortable with taking some of the edible products. But some of the edible products aren't that bad either, such as gummies, chocolates, and it used to taste really bad, but it's not as much now. Some of the gummies and things like that, you don't even taste it. But if you have a higher tolerance and you need something stronger, they do make tinctures, which those tinctures do taste horrible. So just forewarning if you buy someone a tincture, but that can be very helpful for a lot of people. CBD is not a cure-all like a lot of people have been told or a lot of people may be saying. It is not a cure-all, but it can be helpful, and adding it to your daily regimen of, whatever you do for your pain, you go to physical therapy, things like that. Adding CBD to your physical therapy routine, I think can be very beneficial. And what some people get confused on with CBD is that they think it's a pain reliever, where it's not so much of a pain reliever as rather it is an anti-inflammatory medicine. And if your pain is caused by inflammation, well, this will reduce your inflammation and in turn help your pain. So just to clear that confusion there. Well, there you have my last minute holiday gift guide for 2019. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found some good info, or at least got some good ideas for what to get for your loved one or friend that may have a disability. And hopefully there's still some time for you to hustle up some gifts. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're notified on all my next uploads. And as always, guys, peace. Happy holidays.